I forgot to name my AWS resources, and I did not think it mattered. At first, it seemed harmless. I was just learning, just testing things out. A new instance here, a new S3 bucket there. It was all temporary, or so I thought. But later, confusion started. It crept in slowly, then all at once. I opened the console and saw so many resources that looked the same. A long list of EC2 instances with default IDs, a dozen security groups with identical descriptions, no clear names, no context. I found myself staring at this wall of generated text, trying to remember what each one did. Was this instance for the staging environment or just a quick test from last Tuesday? Is this S3 bucket holding critical backup files or just some random uploads from a tutorial I followed weeks ago? The worst question was always, which one is safe to delete? I could not tell what was important and what was just digital clutter left behind from my experiments. This is where fear shows up, the fear of deleting the wrong thing. You see a list of resources, and you know some of them are costing you money every hour. They're running. You want to clean up, you want to be efficient, but the risk of breaking a live application or deleting important data is just too high. The uncertainty paralyzes you, so you stop touching anything. You leave everything running, just in case. You tell yourself you'll figure it out later, when you have more time, but later never comes. And that is how small problems quietly grow. The costs increase. That forgotten M5, large instance running for a month adds up. The unorganized S3 buckets accumulate storage fees. Confusion increases. The next time you log in, there are even more unnamed resources mixed in with the old ones. The problem gets bigger, more tangled, and the stress increases. Every time you look at your AWS bill or your resource list, you get a little anxious. It feels like a messy room that you don't even know where to begin cleaning. This is not an AWS problem. It is not a flaw in the platform. It is a habit problem, a discipline problem, a simple, fundamental practice that I, and many others, ignored. Naming your resources gives you clarity. Tagging gives you context. When you create an S3 bucket and name it Project Alpha Production Backups, you know exactly what it is and why it exists. When you launch an EC2 instance and name it Web Server Staging Test, its purpose is immediately clear. Even simple names help. They do not need to be perfect or follow some complex corporate convention, especially when you are just starting out. Just my first app DB is 100 times better than a random string of characters. It's a message to your future self. And future you will thank you when you come back days, weeks, or even months later. You won't have to spend an hour trying to reverse engineer your own work. You'll just know. This habit reduces mistakes and removes unnecessary fear. It turns that paralyzing feeling of uncertainty into confidence. You can look at your resources and confidently say, I don't need this temporary test instance from 3 weeks ago, and you can terminate it without a second thought. That confidence is liberating. One small habit matters more than people think. It's the difference between a cloud environment that feels organized and manageable and one that feels chaotic and expensive. It's not about advanced cloud architecture or complex automation scripts. It starts with the basics. It starts with discipline. Name what you create. Tag what you deploy. It saves time. It saves money. And it saves your peace of mind.